Hi, Assalamualaikum, and very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to our panel discussion today that entitled about life after graduation, work-life challenges that align with the Sustainable Development Goals with 8, which is decent work and academic growth. Nowadays, let's be honest, let's be transparent, let's talking about the realistic of the world right now. How many of us have heard story of graduate working jobs completely are related to their degrees? And for the worst scenario, earn less than 2,000 a month after years of study. This is not rare cases. They are becoming the norms. Crucial role in play. Tak sekali lagi. Keep rolling je. Keep
Rolling je.
rolling. Nampak.
Tak move on. Tak. Lepas tu nanti aku nak cakap kat kau, thank you Mr. Zaireel ke Mr.
Miss kepala
Moderator?
otak kau.
Mr.
Mister.
Mr.
Mr. Moderator ke Mr. Zaireel?
Mr.
Sebelum
Director for being our moderator today.
Okay.
sebelum tu Ray tak payah macam apa?
Kenakan nama.
Introduce
Itu
panel.
yang tertinggal tu.
Introduce each panel nanti.
Each panel.
Oh, kena introduce each panel. Nama penuh lah Kau tak kena Adriana Nizam. Aku ikut nama kat situ je.
Adriana tu lah.
Diam. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to our discussion today that entitled about life after graduation, work-life challenges that align with Sustainable Development Goals 8, which is decent work and economic growth. My name is Mohd Shamzy Izham Zairitar, gonna be your moderator for this discussion. Today, we're gonna have 5 panels to bring their own perspective towards this topic, which is the first one. We have Adriana Nizam for the first panel. We have Khairunnabilah Huda, Binti Hussien, Divesh, Caroline, Nara, and Afrina. They will be sharing with us about their opinion and the input that related with our title of today's panel discussion. So before we start, let me ask you, and let's be honest, how many of us have heard story of graduate working jobs completely are related to their degrees and maybe earn less than 2,000 a month after years of study? This is not a rare cases. They are becoming the norms. Crucial role in employability and long-term career success among the students and fresh graduates. Let's dive into the panel discussion by explaining the overview of the panel discussions. And furthermore, as we proceed with our panel discussion, our speaker will share insight and strategies that can help graduates better navigate this difficult transition into the workforce, from the study life into the workforce. Now, let's move on to our first panelist.
Thank you, Mr. Zaireel, for becoming our moderator for today. My name is Adriana Syafika Binti Nizam, and I'm the panelist 1, and it is my pleasure to begin our forum discussion today. So our topic is one that is extremely relevant and personal for many of us because all of us are students, and it is about the harsh realities of job hunting right after graduation. So transitioning from student life to the working world should be an exciting step forward. However, for many fresh graduates, this transition is filled with challenges, uncertainty, and frustration. So today I will focus on few major obstacles that fresh graduates commonly face as they enter the job market. So every year, thousands of graduates are produced by universities and colleges. Unfortunately, the number of available and suitable job opportunities does not increase at the same rate. So this oversupply of graduates leads to intense competition for a limited numbers of positions. It is no longer enough to simply just hold a degree. They need to have like soft skills, experience, and sometimes even advanced qualification for just an entry level job. So because of this, many students, even with the good grades, may still be overlooked because of the unrealistic job requirement. As I mentioned before, This is because we come often across the job ads for entry level that require 2 to 3 years of working experience, whilst us just a student that are just graduating and have obviously we don't have any experience. So this leads to what many call the experience paradox. So you need experience to get a job, but you need a job to gain an experience. So as a result, some graduates are forced to take an unpaid internship, short-term gigs, or unrelated jobs just to fill the gap, while their true potential goes unrecognized. So another thing that I think are in the same field that I'm talking about is this often rejection can cause emotional cost, because you will feel like low self-esteem, because like many of the company are rejecting the new fresh graduates and so on. So some graduates begins to question their worth, and others may settle for any available job, even it's completely unrelated to their degree. So this can result to an in underemployment, where graduates are working in roles far below their qualifications or outside their fields, which delays professional growth and wastes both um, of their education and potential. I think that is all from my point of view. So I'll be passed to the next panelist to continue this discussion.
Okay, thank you so much, Adriana, for start a really interesting topic that you bring on the table. Yeah, that is how life now, which is that nowadays we are seeking the job after we grad, but somehow the company demanding that we have the experience, and then I believe that's how important are you to be recognizing and recognized and being excel in university to enhancing your soft skills, so you will be convincing your company sooner. So let's proceed to our next panel, which is Khairunnabilah, Huda, Binti. The stage is flowers.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Moderator. First, one of the most common yet underrated challenges faced by fresh graduates when they enter the workforce is the lack of mentorship. It's something that isn't often addressed directly, but it has a big impact on how graduates adjust emotionally and professionally during their first year of work. So, for many graduates, starting a new job means stepping into a completely unfamiliar environment, and such as new systems, new culture, and new expectations. Without someone to guide them, it's very easy to feel lost. So, they may not know who to ask for help, what's considered acceptable, or how to handle certain situations. And that creates a lot of uncertainty and stress. In my opinion, without mentorships, many young employees tend to suffer in silence. They may be afraid to speak up and worried that asking questions will make them feel incompetent over time. And this can lead to emotional exhaustion, frustration, and even burnt out. And not because they aren't capable, but because they were left to figure everything alone. So, workplaces that don't invest in mentorship often face higher turnover among younger staff. On the other hand, when companies assign mentors or new employees new employees, it helps them to build trust, improve communication, and ease the transition into professional life. So, moving forward, it's really important for employers to view mentorship as a long-term investment and not just in employee performance but in employee well-being. And from the university side, students can be better prepared by being taught how to seek guidance, how to communicate with supervisors, and how to be proactive about their own growth. So, in conclusion, mentorship isn't just a nice extra, or it's a necessary part of creating a healthy and supportive environment for fresh graduates. When young people feel guided, they are more likely to succeed, in my opinion. So I think that's all from me.
I see. Thank you so much, Khairunnabilah Huda, for your points that you bring into our discussion today. Yes, nowadays, somehow the pressure that we take as a fresh graduate after we grad can cause us as a mental health issue as well because of the pressure that we hold after we grad. And somehow mentorship is really helpful for us as students that have a limitation on experience during the workforce. So let's proceed to our third panelist, which is Caroline Nara. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. My name is Nara. I will talk about financial struggle and independence. I agree with each panelist, which is panelist one and panelist two point. But in my view, financial struggle and independence is job dissatisfaction and low pay. This is because even with degree, many graduates feel they are dissatisfied with their job, often expressing a desire for more meaningful work and fair compensation, which delay life plans like buying a house or saving for retirement. And the next is there are seek greater purpose and fair compensation, but often feel that their job don't meet those expectations. This misalignment add to financial stress and prevent long-term financial planning. The second one is living an independent challenge, which is uh, despite earning degrees, a significant numbers of graduates continue to live with their parents or delay major life milestones like moving out or starting families due to financial constraints. So this is the 56% of Gen Z and 55% of millennials live paycheck to paycheck, and nearly 30% do not feel financially secure because this is show how the high cost of living affects their ability to be financially independent. On the other hand, there are also life after graduation making their side hustles and freelancing as coping strategies. This is because to cope, many graduates turn to gig work, freelancing, or online business, all that part-time things. While this provide flexibility, but they often lack stability and benefits because this is how young people approach work, seeking autonomy and flexibility. But they often at the cost of long-term financial security. This job often lack benefit and stability, making it harder to plan for the future. So, to my conclusion of my view is life after graduation presents significant financial challenge for many young people today. From job dissatisfaction and delayed milestone to the high cost of living and the rise of unstable side hustles, independence, while flexibility and purpose are important, the lack of long-term security remains a major concern. So this issue highlights the need for better support system and more sustainable employment opportunities for the younger generation. So that's my point of view. Thank you.
I see there's a really fresh idea that came from the Caroline Nara about our topic that we discussed today. So, yeah, that is compliment. It is a compliment discussion for us as me myself as a moderator, and also I believe for the panelists as well. So let's move on to our next panel, David Josh.
Hi guys, am I audible?
Mhm.
Right. Okay. So I kind of agree with certain of the panelists' point of view when it's come to life after graduation, and then I'll be like focusing more on the mismatch between degree and job opportunities, and what leads to this. Like one of the points that was discussed by Khairunnabilah was something like there's no mentorship, there's lack of mentorship and stuff. And I kind of agree with that kind of point, because nowadays there's a lot of lack of career guidance, which mainly leads to poor job alignment. Where Khairunnabilah focuses on the emotional part when it's come to students' life after graduation, but I'll be focusing more on many students where enter university without a clear understanding of how their degree connects to the job market. And they are actually nowadays mostly the term called Gen Z, they're overly influenced by peer pressure, society's expectations, or even lack of exposure to career options. And without the certain access to structured career counseling, they may choose degree based on personal interest alone without considering job availability, salary outlook, or even transferable skills. And this certain issue may or may not lead to like ununiform decision making, which then results in graduates ending up in careers that they didn't even plan for at the first place. And plus, which doesn't even match with what they study their entire uni life. And this is actually a problematic in certain countries where career services are underdeveloped and underfunded. So better guidance will allow students to align their strength and interest with real world demand, and helping reduce and improve employment outcomes after graduation. And my second point will be agreeing certain with our panelist, which is Caroline Nara, where she implemented saying that financial struggle is one of the leads that um, life students focus after graduation. And on my point of view, it is actually kind of true, because economic pressure right now forces graduates into unrelated jobs. Like after graduations, many young people under financial pressure to start earning immediately, especially students with lower income countries or background where students often support their family. So due to the limited number of degree relevant jobs, graduates are often forced to take any available job, like such as currently I said, like such as freelance work or any ad hoc works that is available on a last minute, just to pay their bills, cover rents, or even provide dependents. So like an example, there are a lot of graduates who are working, graduates such as medical doctors or mass comm students or engineering. They right now we can see that a lot of them are involved in fields that they are not even related to, such as call centers, unrelated customer service jobs, even with qualification in health or public service fields. So these are not strategic career moves, but rather decisions made out necessarily, which often leads to underemployment and frustration mostly. So in the long run, right, this can negatively impact both career progression and mental well-being, as graduate feels they're stuck in roles that doesn't reflect their education. And my last point, when it's come to talking about mismatch between degree and job opportunity, uh, this may make sound too common, but it's just the point where we're focusing oversaturation of certain degree contributes to mismatch. Where nowadays, too many graduates from the same university or the same field graduate in certain popular fields such as education, public administration, or even development studies. The supply of graduates exceeds the number of jobs available in those sectors, which leads to intense competition between graduates for a small number of relevant jobs, especially in countries with smaller or developing economics. Because of this, many qualified graduates are pushed into unrelated fields, and then this shows a clear disconnect between what universities are offering and what the job market can actually support them, and suggests that educational institutions should do more on balancing enrollment across diverse in the certain demand fields. So that is all from my point of view for life after graduation, which is mismatch between degree and job opportunity. Right back at you, moderator.
Thank you so much, Divesh, Jack, about your opinion, guys. I think in this panel discussion, I believe like now we have four panel that discuss and they give your opinion about the topic, and I believe most of it, the most crucial part of all the grassroots, why these things happen is because of the mismatch between what their studies and their reality of life. Maybe there any I open the chat open for any question from the panel, or maybe you want to add on some points on each other opinion. Is there any panel want to say anything before we proceed to the last panel?
I do agree with what Divesh has said before, because you need universities needs to know how much are the students are going to enroll in the course in order to have a better future, we said, so that they are not doing anything after their degree and so on, because in some point, not every role needs much people. Some roles like admin, they only have like one or two people in office. So, but now fresh graduates of PR and admin are overloaded and anywhere. They're just we can find them anywhere. So I think like university should put on maybe some quota, or else to have to make sure that it is not we universities do not have overloaded fresh graduates in the future.
Yes, correct. I mean, to add on what Adriana said, that is one. And another thing is, I feel like nowadays, students or the upcoming students, they have not, they don't have much knowledge on careers and stuff, what's going on and what are the demands nowadays, and what are the career that is going up, what are the careers can be earn money. Because I feel like nowadays everybody is chasing towards if let's say for an example, if I study for doctor, this will be good for my background, this will be good for my name and stuff. So I feel like, in my opinion, this is my opinion, nowadays people are chasing towards what's good for their background, what's good for their name, but not what's good for their long run life. So universities or even early educationers should give knowledge to students before they step ahead in another life, on what are the careers that are available, what are the careers are demanding right now, so that people have wider choice and a backup choice to, like, okay, let's say plan A doesn't work, I go with plan B. Plan B doesn't work, there's a plan C. So universities and school educators should implement more on giving out career advice more.
For
Okay.
me, I like to respond to the earlier point brought up by Nara, which is I fully agree with, because this is a real and growing issue, especially among Gen Z and millennial workers. And many young employees enter the workforce with the hope of finding not just a stable income, but also a sense of purpose in their work. And however, what often happens is the opposite. They find themselves in roles that feel repetitive, underappreciated, or disconnected from their values. And more importantly, when pay is low and job satisfaction is lacking, it's not just a financial issues. It's also about self-worth. And as many begin to question whether they are in the right career path, or if they are being taken seriously in the workplace. And I believe that employers need to start recognizing that fair compensation isn't just about numbers, it's about respect and value. At the same time, young professionals should be given career growth, clearer growth path, and opportunities to work on meaningful tasks that align with their interests and strengths. And I completely agree with what was mentioned as dissatisfaction and low pay are more than just temporary complaints, as they are part of a bigger issue that affects motivation, mental health, and long-term career development. I think that's all.
I see. That's really good opinion and interaction between each other about what we would like to what we discuss now about the panel about the discussions. So let's proceed to our last panelist, which is No Afrina. The stage is yours. Let's bring white the ideas for the discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, and my dear panelists. Since I am the last panelist, let's wrap things up with a question we all think about. What should we do after graduation? Most people believe the next step is to get a full-time job, and that is totally okay. But it is not the only path. There are many other options that can also lead to success, and today I want to share a few of them. First, freelancing. Just like Miss Nara mentioned earlier, this work can work from home, set your own schedule, and explore different jobs like writing, designing, or teaching. And it is a great way to grow your skills, build experience, and earn money too. Next, start a small business. If you enjoy baking, drawing, or creating new things, why not turn that into a passion? Something that we can sell. And yeah, I know it is a bit risky, but it might lead to something that you truly love doing it every day. Another option, learn new skills online. Website like Coursera, Udemy, and LinkedIn Learning offer courses in almost anything, from coding, languages, and any other things. Yeah, if you are still exploring your interests, this is a great place for you to start. And finally, taking a break. Some people call it as a gap year. And no, it's not being lazy. It is a chance for you to rest, travel, reflect, or focus on your mental health. Taking care of yourself is always a good investment. So, to sum it up, life after graduation isn't just one route. You can try freelancing, start your own business, learn something new online, or take a break and recharge. The most important thing is for you to choose what is right for you, your goal, your pace, and your happiness. Success doesn't have to come fast. Take your time, explore your options, and enjoy the journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, no Afrina, for like giving a tip for the fresh graduates nowadays that listening to our panel discussion today in how they are gonna survive in the real world after their grads from the university, right? So I really appreciate the ideas to the whatever it is about the tips about the input that you guys bring on the table today about our panel discussion related with life after graduation, life challenges. So thank you to all the panelists, Adriana, Khairunnabilah, Jack, Caroline, and Afrina, for giving your opinions and giving the input to our audience today. So I think that's all from us today, and I hope to get to see you guys anytime sooner. Bye bye. Thank you so much.